goes on forever and ever and ever. And I'm not going to go on.
I don't need the money from the fucking super chats.
Ho!
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
I don't give a fuck about the super chats. From the super chats, from the little $5 here, the $10 there, it doesn't fucking matter. No, I don't need that money.
Like I told you guys, I'm not a friend of Archie's. Not my friend. Okay, I'm here for entertainment. I pay for it. That's the extent of what it is. Like I told you guys, I'm not a friend of Archie's. Not my friend. Okay, I'm here for entertainment. I pay for it. That's the extent of what it is.
Dude, I don't give a fuck anymore. The money's not here. Fuck off.
I'm the poor. I'm the poor. I'm the poor. I'm the poor.
You cannot be serious!
I'm the poor. I'm the poor. I'm the poor. I'm the poor.
So it doesn't really matter. I don't give a shit what any of you think. Not one of you fucks.
Ho!
Oh!
Oh! Oh! Oh!
You put up a holiday tree and what happens? You put up a holiday tree and look what happened. Look at the attitude some of these people have. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Docs Report and my quiet, lovely, beautiful, peaceful, affordable, comfortable golfing and Sunday retirement community, affectionately known, looking for Frank, as
Del Boca Vista.
Thank you, Frank. I'm a retired senior citizen living in Central Florida. And this is my personal YouTube channel, vlog, citizen journalism account, and just about anything else I want it to be. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful, overcast, oh, the lighting is just right. They're golfing earlier. Nice soft light there. Beautiful weather. I know. I'm the weatherman here in Central Florida. 81 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be 27 degrees Celsius. Humidity all the way down to 59%. Wind 23 kilometers per hour. That would be 14 miles per hour. A lot of birthdays this weekend. A lot of people after some money. I checked on the dungeon. You know, Lux more. If there's any money transaction, Lux has got to be there. He's got to keep an eye on the books for the big kahuna. Rich Mitch. Well, that would be death. Rich Mitch, right? A retired senior citizen. You tired from being a senior citizen? Well, I guess it should be I'm a retired, senior citizen. Okay, I stand corrected. But I don't change anything on this. Leadership, discipline, diligence, integrity, civility. Let's see, what do we got here? Executive member. Oh, what does that mean? Hold on, let me go to find my executive membership. Where is it? I got one with a UAP on it. There it is. Costco Wholesale Club. I had to do it. I figure, an EDMM sitting out there waiting with nice people, older people. I want to walk right in. So I went ahead and did it. I went over there. I bought some things, and there was no line at the membership thing. So I went over there, and I said, okay, let me do it. So they prorated me. I had the gold membership, paid $60. So I paid $130 for the black card, the Costco Wholesale Executive Membership. That would be my new item. And let's see, what are we going to talk about today? I'll just read it. Let's see, I'm going to talk about Costco. What did I do with it? Yeah, Costco. However, there was an incident with myself and another, I think she was probably one of Blondie's relatives, an older woman. And there was an incident, but I don't want to talk about that unless you want to hear it or later in the show, but I'll tell you my shopping trip over there. So cataract progress, left eye. I stopped the drops, so I got dry eye, but I just keep putting the drops in, but it seems to be good. No heavy workouts. So I got a new condition. I got some eczema or dermatitis on my right, under my wrist. I put my hand in the hedge like spring or summer. I'm not gonna, I got some Benadryl cream I'll put on it, but my appointment's not till March. I may set up another appointment, I don't know, but it's behaving itself now. So I see the doctor on the 15th, and then we'll decide on the right eye. Now, he may take me right away. I don't know what is December. I mean, how many people want their surgeries in December? To me, I don't have family, so it doesn't matter. I'll take it. So if he takes me in 48 hours, I'll probably do it. Anyway, so I went over at Costco on Tuesday, and after my workout, I had my coffee, went over there, and I just will try out their service station. They got gasoline. It's basically the wholesale price. I think it's the same everywhere, maybe a penny or two off, but it's the premium I got for $3 a gallon. And man, I'm telling you, these are, the pumps are so spread apart. They got 4 pumps, but you could get recreational vehicles in there. And if the first one pulled all the way up, you could probably get 3 in there, maybe 4. So I just pull forward to the front of the pumps, let everybody else in. But they got a speed bump right there, which is a good idea. So you don't come whipping in there. So filled the tank up, and they open. Now I got to use my my executive membership for the first time. So I got there 15 minutes to 9. There was nobody there. No one there. So I sat on the concrete bench, and there was a couple cars in the parking lot, but I just thought they were employees. And 5 to 9, they opened up the exit door, and they started bringing out the electrical wheelchair vehicles with the baskets for some of the seniors that can't walk very well. And so that's cool. And they're, I'm just sitting there. I know they're not open yet. This woman comes shooting in, grabs a bag, and she goes right for the exit door. She's going right in. And they say, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, you can't go in there. What? I just want to do a return. And so she backed off. And then a few minutes later, she tried it again. And they had to tell her, no, we're not open. So then they got the carts out, and then they just shut the door, almost on her toes, because she's standing right in front of the exit door, directly in front. So I'm leading up to the incident, but I'm not going to discuss the incident until I finish the Costco story. I go, and then now there's another woman. So they have the entrance, the exit, and there's a side door. A woman goes over. Now I know from Costco Summerlin that's where you bring your returns. So, but I don't know if I have to go through. Well, I just want to make sure, so I'm not going to do it. So I don't go through the entrance. So anyway, I go talk to her. She's got the key, and she says, "No, you come in right here." Okay, thank you. Then the incident took place. Okay, but I got in there, and I did my thing. And I did, Costco will not they will not do an exchange. Because I've got a MasterCard debit card, so they can't do it. They're only with Visa. So she just gave me cash. So I went, 3 pairs of pants, by the way, and they're pretty cool. Did I write it down? I think I wrote it down somewhere. What did I buy? The Adidas men's tricot pants. I put that in the comments. I thought they were pretty cool. And so I thought, well, I only had 3. I had a black, a gray, and a blue. So I thought, I can always use an extra black. So I got a black also. 2 black then a gray and a blue. And let's see, they're Adidas men's tricot track pants features classic athletic styling with a signature 3-stripe down the sides, but you really can't see it. And made from 100% recycled polyester, tricot fabric. These pants offer a smooth look and, now wait for it, soft feel while supporting sustainability. But they also have fabric on the inside. So I would never wear those in the winter. In the summer, I don't think. But they're better than pajamas. And it's like, you could wear them out and about, I would think. They have moisture-wicking fabric, keeps you dry and comfortable during workouts or casual wear. Design features include elastic waistband with internal draw cord for a customizable fit, front side pockets for secure storage, and ribbed cuffs for a slightly tapered silhouette. Warning, no zipper in the front, so you got to pull your pants down if you want to take a piss. The regular fit provides a relaxed. Anyway, I bought those, and I turned them inside out. I should have washed them with Woolite, but I just washed them with water because so I kept the washing instructions. What do we got here? Acquired taste, yo, docs. I'm at lunch, I'll watch later. Okay, great. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's tough to pick a time to, I don't want to do directly into the sun, so I waited. It's supposed to be overcast today. And then some rain coming in Saturday off and on, but mostly Saturday night into Sunday. It's supposed to rain a lot. So I just wanted to get you the best shot. And you can see the flag. It's right in front of it's red. When the wind's blowing, you can see the flag. Right there, the large bush off to the left. See the flag there? They're right in the middle of it. I always think of the audience. But you just have to stream when it's convenient for you, for myself, because there's always somebody streaming. Somebody wants the money. Somebody's trying to raise money somewhere. And what else have I got for you? Oh, we got big, sometimes I get so much stuff going on here that I want to talk about. So that's the Costco executive membership. But anyway, I bought the 4, got out of there, and I put them in the car. I came back in. Now the same woman who was unlocking the side door and witnessed the incident, she says, "Oh, you're back." And I said, "Yeah, I get to eat now." And then I went in there and had my turkey sandwich. I was really hungry, and I shopped around. And it's Christmas time. They got all these treats and honey nuts and so I bought a couple other things, and I got bags of candy in there that, I'm set for Christmas. And came home. That was Tuesday. Plus I got because I got a haircut earlier. And I thought, well, I'm on that side of town, just as well pop in there. And then I noticed there was no line at the membership. So I thought, I'll get a black card. So then that was Wednesday morning. I went back for the return. Oh, what'd you think of the holiday tree? Isn't that cute? Acquired Taste said, "Give me a Wawa," and I said, "You know what? I'll do better than that. I got a holiday tree. Notice the decorations; they're all Wawa emblem and coffee cup there." So I went in there today, and I always say hello, to the one woman, and she's helped me do the kiosk, and I got questions on my rewards and that. And she's a real worker, He says, "Were you taking a picture of our Christmas tree?" I go, "Yes, I was." She laughed. And I kind of gave her the reason why, but, I think it's cute. When I went in there, I says, that would be perfect for my stream. Because I guess my Wawa stories are upsetting to some people. Speaking of some people, we have Darth Disputer. Hi, Lex. Hi, Darth Diggler. I had an incident at Costco, but it was resolved, but it was... Well, you were thinking you're a libtard. You're not supposed to think. You just follow, you goose step along, right? I was thinking. I know, scary. You like money, right? I earn my money. What do you mean, do I like money? You need money. I like having money. Do I love, let's see, what's your point, Dirk? Get to it. What do you got for me? What do you got for me? Do you like money? Who doesn't like money? Who doesn't like, all right, I give you your choice. Do you think there's virtue in not having money? I mean, the people that don't have it are on YouTube asking for it. So I was on one of the, where do I go now? I've just got so much material. This is, I got a email from my credit union. Well, wait a minute. Let's see if Dirk is responding here. All right, let me read this. What does he have here? Let's see. If you let Jax come live with you, that's not going to happen. You can claim Jax as a special needs dependent as a tax write-off. Well, you know what Jax has to say, don't you?
So it doesn't really matter. I don't give a shit what any of you think. Not one of you fucks.
Ooh.
Ho! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh!
He kind of lumps you all together. It's December, though. We should get in the holiday spirit, you would think. So I got a letter, an email from my credit union, and I was shocked. Speaking of money, I won't give you the name of the credit union. I'll just say credit union. Dear credit champion, credit union champion. They're calling me a champion now. Thank you for your loyalty to the credit union. When the credit union has a successful year, we like to recognize our champions, loyal members like you. To show our gratitude, we will deposit $100 to your checking account on December 4th, which they did. When's the last time that ever happened? A bank or credit union handing out money? I mean, they'll advertise loans, but I've never seen them hand out money. And I think because I had my Social Security payments sent to the bank instead of them. But I don't know. I guess I got to take them on their word. I'm loyalty, a champion, but that's cool. Take the money, cash the money. And it came in as a gift. I don't know if they're going to put it on my taxes. I don't think you can. I think gifts are tax-free because I like money. Let's see that. Pavel, excuse me. I didn't mean that. Pavel. Dirk doesn't read the terms of recurring payments he initiated, then falsely disputes his mistakes with the credit card company. Uh-oh. Dirk, you're not one of those. You're not one of those people, are you, Dirk? Making Nicky pay for his mistake. Tax scams seem like his wheelhouse. Allegations. I got a YouTuber in here I'm going to be talking about who the tax, not the feds, but the state tax is going after him, the state. He's been indicted. I get the PG, TPG vibes off of him. He's young and he's horsing around. I don't think he's doing any criminal activity, but, he's in trouble. And he said he's going to fight it, but and I put it in the notes, or a link to his channel. Whistle and Diesel. I guess we could cover that now. And I'll read you the indictment. Well, before we do that, because I already got it loaded up, I was in the comments in the Jax and Dr. Bob show, 3 a.m., seems daily. And I kind of, something to listen to. At least it's not depressing. It's not you know, there's some enthusiasm in their voices. So I don't listen, you know, when I never said keep Narc off. I just said I won't hang around if he's on. That's all. I don't make any demands on the channel. And people have to realize when you give money, birthday money, whatever it is, it's a gift, it's a donation. It doesn't mean you get access to them. So guys like MT85 and who's the other one, JB, you can spend all that money, but it's all a gift. They get to do what they want with it. They can give it all to TW if they want to. There's no conditions on that. So it's out, and if you're putting conditions on it, then you're manipulating them. It's not a gift. So it's a donation, it's a gift. There's no strings attached. They get to do whatever they want with the money, is my point. Anyway, I told Jax, I guess one of his favorite cars is the STI. So I'm going to show you photos of my 2007 WRX. One will be the after the rear end collision, which is that. Look at that thing. How screwed up is that? Get rid of this. Hang on. Oh, fuck. What happened? StreamYard, what have you done to me? Oh. What the fuck? I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't want to refresh the screen. I don't want to lose you. Solo layout, shift 1. I know it looks full to you. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now bring it back. Okay, wow. I almost doxed myself. All right. Let's start again. Full screen. There we go. Now I can give you the full screen. And then a cinema layout. Yeah. No, I want to get rid of. Hang on. I got to get rid of that. Here we go. There it is. Okay, there's a 2007 WRX after the rear end. I was in Las Vegas going west on Warm Springs Road, was it? And a fired engine pulled out. And I had to stop for it. And this guy, he was playing music. He's a punk in a Honda sedan right into me. 40 miles, you know, he crushed it in. And this is actually after we repaired a little bit. And spun me around. Luckily, I didn't go out in the traffic. Hey, look at this damage. God. You know, there's no way I get the trunk. It was just crushed. It's a unibody. So it did its job. It saved my life. I mean, terrible. Isn't that terrible? Look at this. And of course, he was not insured, and that's the reason you have, what's the word for it? Uninsured motorist insurance. So I just did a claim on my own. They didn't raise the rent. It was 10 grand to get this thing fixed. And now it's starting to shape up. Starting to get back. Starting to get it back. And they had to take out the windows and it just all this work. I had to get a rental for one. There it is. It's done. That is the WRX, 2007 WRX. Comments? Boris, welcome aboard, Boris PhD. Finally, I catch a live docs report. Leadership, diligence. No, let's start over. I got to read it. Leadership, discipline, diligence, integrity, civility, and of course, Subaru. So my first Subaru was a 2002 5-speed, but that was when they first came out, the bug eyes, and it wasn't really solid like the new ones. And then it had a rail problem, the fuel system. So every once in a while, you'd smell like you're going over an oil spill or something. it was the fuel rod, but they wouldn't cover it under the warranty. And I'd had it for 5 years. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll get an STI finally, So that's what I did. Now, can I show you different pictures than that? How can I get out of this? And there it is, looking better. Okay, there's your show. There's your show. How do I get, let's go, remove. And solo layout, there it is. Beautiful day. That was for Jax. So, gonna stop screen. We're gonna load up something else. Yeah, there's a YouTuber. He's in heap big trouble. And depending on how he handles it, determines everything. Link is in the description. It is the state of Tennessee. See, I thought when they say tax fraud, I thought they were talking about the feds, but they're not. It's the state of Tennessee. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. The state of Tennessee, Cody Shane Detweiler doing business as Whistle Diesel. And that's his YouTube name. And he's a character. He's showing off. He's a young guy, and other guys follow him. Now, he's got 10 million subscribers. They're going to make an example out of him. So if he's smart, yes, he should get an attorney, but he shouldn't fight it. He should say, what do I owe you? Indictment for tax evasion. Witnesses summoned for the state. Curtis Ritchie, Tennessee Department of Revenue. Carlin C. Hess, prosecutor, date of indictment returned November 5th, 2025. Circuit Court number 25CR-19387, State of Tennessee, Williamson County Circuit Court, count 1. Now, count 2 is the same thing, but it's against his business. The grand jurors for Williamson County, Tennessee, duly impaneled and sworn upon their oath, present that Cody Shane Detweiler, heretofore, to wit, on or about January 30th, 2023, before the finding of this presentment in said county and state, did unlawfully and willfully attempt in any manner to evade or defeat any tax due the state of Tennessee in an amount of $500 or more. To wit, sells tax due on the purchase of a 2020 Ferrari F8 Troubadour. What the hell is that? Let's take a look. What kind of car is that? Oh, Purdy. That's Purdy. In violation of Tennessee Code, a Class E felony. Now, it's the least desirable, it's the least, what's the word? It's not an A, okay? It's lesser than that. It's the lesser of all the felonies. Still, it's a felony. And he could still go do 6 years and up to $3,000 fine, 1 to 6 years. Against the peace and dignity against dignity of the state of Tennessee. So what did he do? I think he did, when you moved, if you go to Montana, or like I was in Nevada, there's no sales tax in Nevada, or Montana, and you buy a car, the state you move to, you got to get it registered and licensed, and they charge you tax. And I don't think it matters. Now, he must, a young man who buys a Ferrari, he's going to drive it. So I think he had to license it. He didn't bring it in to make it a planter box on his yard, And then I think, anyway, I got a link in the description if you want to check out his channel. I think he was just making, he's like TPG. He's going to set it on fire. He's going to do some silly ass shit. But you got to pay. It doesn't matter what Montana, if they didn't charge you tax. You move to Tennessee, they collect their money, just like Florida. I had to do that with my WRX. I brought it in. I said, well, they'll give you some money towards what you paid in Nevada, but you've got to pay the tax here in Florida. So what he should do is get an attorney. If he had any brains, I don't think he does, because he says he's going to fight it. You don't want to do that. Don't do that. You're not going to win. Go to the attorney and say, hey, do I owe these taxes? And if he says, yeah, okay, get him to go say, listen, let's tell him I'll pay it right now. And interest, penalty, whatever you need. You don't want to face a felony for that kind of nonsense. Pay the man. Well, I don't know if it's a trick. I think Montana, again, the reason they do that, they don't want people crossing the state line and then coming back with new vehicles and they don't get the tax. And I shipped mine all the way from Nevada. I still had to pay Florida tax on it. And I guess Montana also. So if he hid the fact that I don't know what he did. He's got his court date. Tennessee appears to be pretty proactive about the Montana LLC trick. You see a ton of supercars with Montana plates as the owners to avoid sales tax. Well, yeah, because it's, well, if you have a second home, let's say you live in Montana and you have a second home in another state, like say California, you got it, whatever your legal residence is, it could still be Montana. You could license it in Montana. But if you're just renting a house in California for 5 months a year, I don't know if you have to license it there, because you still got your paperwork on your residence in the other state. Las Vegas, Nevada, you'd see a bunch of. I'm trying to remember. They would Oregon, you'd see Oregon plates because there's no sales tax there. But it got to be careful, and especially if you're running a YouTube channel, link in the description, with 10 million viewers, one of those viewers turned him in. You know that. You can't do that. Or somebody came across the channel and said, uh-oh, got him. Okay, now here's the Tennessee sales tax on grok. If I purchase a vehicle out of the state of Tennessee that has zero sales tax and return to Tennessee, do I owe Tennessee state tax on this vehicle? Yes. You owe Tennessee sales use tax on the vehicle when you title and register in the state of Tennessee. If no sales tax was collected where you purchased it, Tennessee imposes a 7% state sales tax on the full purchase price minus any trade-in value, plus local option sales up to 2.75% on the first $1,600 of the purchase price, varying by county, and a 2.7 single article tax on the portion of the price between $1,600 and $3,200. Now, he's got a Ferrari. I don't know what he paid for that Ferrari, but it doesn't matter if he set it on fire. If he licensed it there without telling them, he's got it like he bought it in state. I don't know what he did. All I know is that he's been indicted. And that should get your attention. And then he did a YouTube thing on it. Like, don't just shut up. Don't discuss it. Get it taken care of and then come back and discuss it. Since zero tax was paid out of state, you owe the full amount. No credit is applied to this scenario. This tax is collected by your local county clerk at the time of registration. Bring your bill of sale as proof of the purchase. Hopefully he didn't screw around with that. And that no tax was paid elsewhere. For an exact calculation based on your county and vehicle details, use the Tennessee Department of Revenue's vehicle sales tax calculator or consult your county clerk's office. You can't go, well, I didn't know. And since Archie's going down the drain, I'm starting to watch other YouTube presentations. There was a woman in Ohio who had a deer she found that was hit by a car. It had a fawn. So she brought, I don't know, did you see this thing? She had, the deer had a fawn. She brought it home and treated it like a dog. It was a buck. Treated it like a dog. So then she got, the state said, you can't do that. It's illegal. But she got all the licenses and everything else. And then she had other deer come in there. And then her husband was out. And you know what's coming, right? They came home, she was dead, killed by one of the bucks, by a deer, But she was, I was watching all about her and how she's dressing it up and she's kissing it. And I'm just saying to myself, nutter. The deer doesn't, It's a wild animal. Stop it. And now she's dead. Dead, dead, dead. From a deer. Oh, there he is. Let's see, let's go right to GD. GD, good afternoon, Lex. Just passing by to wish you a good show. Can't stay. Okay, but you got another football prodigy down in Argentina. How's that possible? How come you get all the great ones? Apparently, you got a new one, a new great one. Let's go back. Argentine football players, absolute elite. You got Diego Maradona, Lionel Messi. Now there's a new kid, 17 years old. He's the youngest ever to play in a certain tournament, official tournament. Franco Mastrantonio. So watch for that name. If you put in Franco Argentine highlights, you can see what I'm talking about. Another prodigy in football from Argentina. All right, where did I leave it off? It was never licensed there. According to Pavel, it was never licensed there, but it did reside there and was used there allegedly. Yeah, he set it on fire for a stunt. I don't know. I didn't watch any of it because it doesn't. I don't like that kind of behavior. It's got the TPG type of thing. You know, he's doing silly shit to get views. 10 million. But I'm going to follow the court case. You got to be careful. You get indicted and it's a felony, and it's tax dollars. They're not going to back off of that. Get an attorney, find out if you owe the tax, or actually go to a CPA and say, do I owe the tax? And if you owe the tax, you get the CPA to go, get the attorney to go in there and say, hey, my client, yeah, he was stupid, he's young, we're sorry, we're so sorry. He's got 10 million followers, he didn't know, nothing, and just pay it off as quickly as you can. But if you fight this thing and you make a stink about it, you will lose. GD, kids in South America play football. Only fat kids play video games. You don't see too many fat kids here. Well, but get to that level, it's like, now, he's got a lot of years. He's not, but they're talk about the money. He was a good tennis player, but if you can play football, that's where the money is. Holy smokes, that's where the money is. Down there, down in Argentina way. Let's see, I got so much stuff here. Again, that was Whistling Diesel. Now, Rich Mitch. Rich Mitch, the World Cup draw made me cringe so hard it healed my back. Who got it? What are the results of that? Now I got to look that up. Oh, the matches. Oh, they haven't done it. It's to be determined. I don't know. I don't follow it that close. I'll watch the highlights. I can't watch a game in its entirety. I do like watching the highlights of some of the games. Oh, Chocolo, time for luxury. Mitch, GD, okay. Now, we're going to get into some... Actually, this crosses over into the Archieverse about AI channels that are fraudulent. I just call them fraudulent channels because the person doing them are not, have nothing to do with it. And that link is also in the description. And that would be Avi Loeb. And where's the media on this? There he is. Avi Loeb. And it's the Dr. Avi Loeb YouTube channel, link in the description. I fell for it. I thought it was legitimate for a little bit. And then I thought, man, he's really saying some weird things. It's not his channel at all. In fact, I should take it over to my YouTube channel, or excuse me, my X channel, show you what I'm talking about. Well, that'll go. But I just think, because I put it out there to YouTube has to start policing that. And then he spoke in the third party. He says, even Avi Loeb believes this. And I go, oh, this is all AI. And there's no disclaimer anywhere. And it's monetized. But he's on YouTube. He used it in a stunt. And once again, I mean, he's got to get an attorney to represent him and pay it and just say, God, I made a terrible mistake. Sorry. Here, let me pay the money. Pavel, it was never licensed there. That's the problem, because he would have had to pay the tax. But it did reside there and was used there allegedly. I think I already called that one out. Pavel, Blueberry Mike, leave me alone. I'm not on that. I'm not up on the humor, on the inside humor. I don't watch it anymore. If I see Goldberg, I don't watch it. If I see Uzi, whatever it is, I don't watch it. There's some people, I'm just not going to watch any of it. Narc shows up, I'm out. Start watching other things. There's a lot of good stuff on YouTube. You don't have to watch this stuff, the Archieverse stuff. And if they don't even show up, like Eddie, I stayed up till 8 o'clock. No Eddie. No call, no show. Hey, Eddie, you're fired. Avi Loeb will come back to WRX. Oh, now here's another one. I very rarely, if ever, get clips from the franchise club or the clubs or the sit-down lounge. But Squirrelly calls for peace and civility. I have to get that clip. Is that a shocker? The wrecking ball himself is trying to make peace between two people? Let's take you to my X account. Share screen, share screen. There's the docs report on X. Never forget, docs warned us first. Your money wasted. And I warned you it was a cult. There's the docs report. There's the docs report. Profile. First up, we have Michael Schlessenberger, UAP, UFO, NHI, Rubio has unparalleled access. Check it out, 7-minute clip. Because when Rubio says, I don't know if these things are true or not, and the reporter is saying, wait a second. He's Secretary of State and a special, what do they call it, National Security Advisor to President Trump. He has unparalleled access. He can find out anything he wants to find out. And he's part of the group. They want full disclosure. I really don't. Because for the average guy on the street who doesn't care, don't tell him. Don't tell him. It'll just, he may not show up for work. So that's interesting. Here it is. There it is, Squirrelly. I got Squirrelly right there. I can't play it for you. I don't want any, I don't take any chances. Squirrelly the diplomat calls for peace and civility. It is a 4.5-minute clip, I think. JB, watch Nicholas. Why not walk away from each other or enter couple therapy? Because again, JB, you give all that money, you know what that entitles you to? Nothing. MT85, all that money you give them, you know what that entitles to you? Nothing. It's a gift. Walk away. You're not a producer. You're not you don't get the special treatment. You just, that's it. So Curly was, watch Nicholas on and take a listen to it. If you don't have well, I don't see, you got to get an X account, but you don't have to follow anybody. And then you just go on to check out Doc's Report once in a while. And here are the numbers. Speaking of, here was somebody who was acquired taste wanted to know something, so I got it for him. Cult of the Living Dead, gross playboard super chats. Your money wasted. Beast of Brisbane, nothing to show for it. Zero savings. Some guy put in there saying jealous, like I'm jealous. And I responded, there's not one person, including myself, who would trade places with Archie Luxury. Would you trade places with him? No way. Cult of the Living Dead, Wednesday, December 3rd. You can see the Horology Dungeon is kicking their butt. You better get that money, Bateman. Don't let them put it off. Get the money. Last 7 days, $1,000. Horology Dungeon. Last 30 days, the Dungeon, $5,342 to Archie's $3,201. And there's your lifetime earnings off of Playboard. Gross. Now these are gross numbers. But he saved nothing of it. Nothing. Got nothing to show for it. Okay, now here's the channel, Dr. Avi Loeb, at Dr. Avi Loeb, one word. It's got 25,000 subscribers. It's monetized. I think it's cybercrime because it's not him. They've got AI doing the whole thing. When will Google, YouTube remove fraudulent AI monetized channels? Professor Loeb, you like your pockets being picked? And I asked Grok, and this is, yes, there are documented cases of fraudulent YouTube channels. Can you see the entire thing? Yeah. Using AI to impersonate Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, particularly in late 2025. For instance, a channel under the handle, the one I just said, Dr. Avi Loeb, has been reported as AI generated, falsely claiming to feature Loeb discussing sensational topics like China discovering hard evidence of alien presence. They just want to get the clicks, the ad revenue, and manipulating photos of the interstellar object 3I Atlas as proof of extraterrestrial technology. The channel misuses Loeb's name, image, and voice to spread unverified claims, capitalizing on his real-world interest in interstellar objects like Muamua. Similar fake content has proliferated around. Well, why isn't Google doing something about it? I don't want a law. There shouldn't be a law. It should be Google doing some house cleaning, including AI-edited videos deconstructing his theories or fabricating endorsements amid broader criticism of Loeb as a grifter in some online discussions. These channels often evade initial detection by blending with legitimate space science content, but are flagged by users and observers, and Google does nothing. And here, now, did you know Chrome has an app that you can see if it's monetized? But I don't think it's working properly. Because I tried it out on Morty's channel and it said not monetized. Well, we know it's monetized. And I tried it on Archie Luxury Live and it says not monetized. Well, we know it's monetized. So they got to work on that app, Google Chrome. No, it's not an app, it's an extension. And the name of it is Check Monetization. That's the name of the extension. So I can't recommend it. I thought it was interesting. I got it, but no, it said I wasn't monetized. And it's because I tried it on Watch Nicholas and Squirrelly's channel. The difference is Doc's report has never, ever been monetized. The others have been involuntary demonetized. That'd be Watch Nicholas and Squirrelly. Rich Mitch says, I don't think Playboy is that. Well, that's all we have. That's all I have. What else can I go by? That's where I think when you do your agreement, well, you're going to trust Archie to give you the numbers? Are you going to trust Lux? If you're what's his name, Bateman, you're going to trust Lux to give you the numbers? Or Archie? No, you got to go to Playboard. I mean, you'd accept these numbers if they're higher, but they're not going to do that for you. I think it is. Rich Mitch, I agree with AI content being cybercrime. Yeah. I mean, they're monetized, they're making money on it, and it's not even, and he's saying ridiculous things too, because I follow him kind of closely, and I go, wow, he thinks that? No. The giveaway was when the animation, the AI, as Avi Loeb said, and even Dr. Avi Loeb believes this. Well, wait a second, you're Avi Loeb, aren't you? No, you're not. You're AI. Maybe it's counterintelligence on this UAP thing. AI is bringing about the dead internet. Can you really trust Grok? You know, I mean, if you know something pretty well, and it's an aggregator. I just use it as an aggregator. You know, you can't trust it all. Rich Mitch, if I was, what's his name, Bateman, I'd be writing down every super chat if I were the Bateman. If I were Bateman, I wouldn't be working over there. He pays less than minimum wage in New Zealand. If he enjoys doing it, now maybe, like everybody else that's ever associated himself that was interested in YouTube, he'll leave Archie, get his own channel. They've all done it, right? No exception. They've all done it. Well, the only exception is the companion pet, Mike the Snake. He's the only one that's hung in there. But all the rest of them have jumped, which I don't blame them. You know, they're interns. You learn your thing over there and then do your own channel. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we've covered the holiday tree, the Wawa holiday tree. We've done Dr. Avi Loeb. Credit union gave me $100. Oh, I took my check over to Del Boca Vista Computer Club and the Travel Club. The Travel Club was $12 when you initiate, and then after that, it's $1 a year. So I'm looking for, now I'm not going to Greece. I don't want to do any, I want to travel like around the East Coast or Florida itself. And I don't want to do the driving. I'd like to be on the bus, taking videos and, you know, a bunch of old people, but at least, you know, you got accommodations and you got your meals and everything else. I'll try it out. I'll go on a short trip and see if I like it. See what comes up. I talked to a woman here, I mentioned it to a woman, and she said, well, they sign up fast, so you got to be quick on it. So, okay, cool. And not so much cruising. I don't want to go on a cruise. But a bus, you know, bus stop on land in see Florida or neighboring states, I'd like to see it. And we did that. I showed you my photos of WRS, whistle and diesel. We went over that. Good. 53 minutes. What's the market doing? Stocks. Just barely up. Barely up. S&P 500. What is that? I don't know if I want to show this. Oh, yeah. There's my deposit, my loyalty gift from the credit union, $100 a credit. I'll take it. What the hell? Now, I have a thumbnail of the diner with the owner, operator in front of it, with a sign on him saying, send money now, but nah, I don't think he would like that. I'm going to delete it right now. I was going to use it as a thumbnail, but I thought, you know, I don't want to do that to him, so I'm going to delete it. There, it's gone. Well, I can mention that to the travel group. You can travel to England, not London. Come to the northeast where I am. Visit Durham Cathedral and Hadrian's Wall. Lots of history here. Rich Mitch, no, you can't trust Grok for any of the others. Elon Musk has already been shown to be influencing Grok answers to be favorable to him. I know I put in my photo and I said make a caricature of my photo. Guess what they used? They used Trump. They made me look like Trump. I didn't ask for that. It's an aggregator. Use it for what you can. You know, just general information may or may not be correct. Let's see. Showed you that. Oh yeah. Okay. So I did ask Grok about the Avi Loeb channel. And they did discuss that. And Grok said, I asked it, are these channels legal? Grok has got that as the header. It says, no, fraudulent AI-generated YouTube channels impersonating individuals like Avi Loeb or anybody else are generally not legal under U.S. law where YouTube operates and violate YouTube's platform policies, but they're not enforcing them. They can lead to, I reported that channel, by the way. I just said it's a fraudulent AI channel under something else. And they said, okay, thank you. We'll get back to you. They can lead to content removal, channel termination, and political, civil, or criminal liability for creators. Here's YouTube's policies. Platform level illegality. Impersonation prohibition. YouTube explicitly bans content on channels that impersonate a person or channel, including using someone's real name, image, username, or likeness to trick viewers into believing it's authentic. Well, then do something about it. This covers AI-generated deepfakes, voice clones, or synthetic videos that mimic Loeb saying things he didn't. Fan or parody channels are allowed. This is not a parody channel. Are allowed only if clearly labeled. It's not clearly labeled. AI disclosure requirements. Updates creators must label altered or synthetic content. Well, I'll have to check that. But who's looking for that? If the average viewer is just looking, oh, there's Avi Loeb, what does he have to say? Are they going to be looking for altered or synthetic content? Deepfakes or AI voices. Failure to do so results in automatic labeling by YouTube. Reduced visibility, demonetization, or removal. Mass-produced AI slop, S-L-O-P, repetitive, slow-effort fakes, is ineligible for monetization under the YouTube. Well, they put a lot of work into it, but still, it's fraudulent. Enforcement violations can lead to immediate account termination. YouTube has removed hundreds of similar AI channels in 2025, prioritizing cases involving misinformation or financial scams. Victims like Loeb can request takedowns. Well, what about just the viewer? Can I ask you to take it down, or does it have to be the victim? Anyway, and you can, there's more going on here. Key exceptions and nuisances, parody, satire. Okay, that's protected under the First Amendment. If clearly not deceptive, but Loeb's fakes often lack this. Yes, they do. Non-commercial use, purely educational, and that's usually when Google jumps on you. So it's really up to Google. Like I say, I'm not calling any law, but they should clean it up. Now, I do want to get back to Michael Schlesinger, because the UAP, that the Age of Disclosure, came out, and Rubio was a key character, but he's a key player in that. He's the highest official that ever spoke about it, and he's the Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. The only time that's ever been anyone is Kissinger, so he knows a lot, and he can find out anything he wants. And I really think Trump turned it over to him. So I don't, I want to get the economy going. Mark or Rubio, you handle this. I'm sure that's in his, because he's a delegator. When you're chairman of the board, you're president, you delegate. I'm sure he gave it to Rubio. There could be disclosure unless they're doing like a Manhattan Project, like they did during World War II for the atom bomb. Unless they've got anti-gravity crafts, and then they're not going to disclose it because they got the it's a weapon system too. But now Mike Schlesinger, I got his X account in the description. He does publicnews.net, and he said, let's see, quote, Rubio should have ways to either verify or, all right, let's start at the beginning. Let's see. Right, Rubio should have ways to either verify or debunk this spectacular claims made in the Age of Disclosure. If Rubio feels he lacks the power to verify the claims in the film, then he should explain why that would be. As National Security Advisor and Secretary of State, Rubio has unparalleled access to Special Access Program debriefings, compartmented intelligence, and interagency assessments comprised of top secret and classified information. If Rubio cannot determine whether highly clear to officials are telling the truth or lying, then that raises questions as troubling as the ones around. He knows. He already knows, but it's They're not gonna disclose it. Whatever UAPs ultimately are, the possibility raised again by Rubio in his Hannity interview, which I do have up on. I have a Rubio short up on X. That Americans' president, secretary of state, Senate confirmed intelligence heads, and congressional overseers are being kept in the dark is troubling, unless they're doing a Manhattan Project. Okay, then it talks about Trump. I don't think, well, I just think it's going to cause more trouble than help if they disclose it. Because what are you going to do? You're going to say, well, I want to know more. Where are they from? We don't know. Who are they? We don't know. Are they from other planets or interdimensional? We don't know. All right, Jay Graysweater. Anti-gravity is a misnomer. It's better described as magnetic buoyancy. Okay. Well, how do they get the propulsion, though? I guess they're working on it. I'm still reading that book by Lakatsky. Very interesting. 1 hour. So you want to hear my Costco story? My Costco incident that I teased at the beginning of the show? I guess I should tell it here while it's still fresh in my memory. So I'm waiting. I get there early, like I say, and I went up to the door. Let's backtrack. I used my membership card, my executive, at 9 o'clock. So I got my gas, and I was 15 minutes of sitting on the concrete pillar out there, and I was the only one there. And I'm waiting for them to open. 5 minutes to, they open the exit door. The lady goes up, tries to get in. They won't let her in. She tries again. They won't let her in. She doesn't get it through her head. They're not open. Okay. So now I see the woman open the side door that leads directly to the exchanges or the members services. So I go up and ask her, and I said, do I have to go through the entrance, or do I wait here? She said, no, this is the door you go through. Great. Now, the woman over there is listening to this, and she orders me to the back of the line. That was a mistake. Because in no uncertain terms, I pointed at my feet. And in an authoritative, not yelling, in an authoritative voice, I said, the line is here. And then I said, I've been sitting on that bench 15 minutes before you even showed up. Now, she used I was in my car for 20 minutes, which I didn't even respond to, because that's absurd. You're not in line if you're sitting in your car. Give me a break. Then that was used on me once before at a doctor's office. I thought he was joking. I told you this. I went to the doctor's office. It's really cold. They open at 7. There's like 3 vehicles with their engines running. So I get in front of the door at 5 minutes to, and I wait till it opens. And I go in, and I turn around and just kind of talk to the line and say, well, this is the first time I've ever been first. And this big guy, goes, you crowded. And I didn't even know what to say. You're not in line if you're sitting in your vehicle, unless you're in a drive-through. Then you're in line. So anyway, so I told her that, and she I don't know, because I could see everybody was watching now, and I'm still a little pissed off. So then I started a conversation with her, and I said, hey, you're returning she had a popcorn popper, and, I just wanted to make conversation to get the adrenaline out of me, not to be angry. And it worked. So we're talking, and then she says, well, I never use the popcorn popper. I don't think microwave is healthy. And I thought, microwave, you mean the oils when you use the microwave? No, the microwave itself. Oh, the electromagnetic radiation? She goes, yes. Okay. I said, but there's cell towers all over this place. You know that. And she goes, I know. I said, we're just passing through. We're just passing through. We're temporary here. And she goes, I know, but I want to be healthy. Okay. So anyway, I go in and here's the best part of the story. So I go in there and I pay I get my exchange, and she's next to me, and she kind of gets closer, and she goes, I'm really a nice person. I think that's the way she's apologizing, but But you're not a nice person. I didn't say this. I go, I know, you're busy, you're in a rush, you know, you got to get out. Yeah, okay, thank you. And I just got out of there. But she's not a nice person. You're only a nice person if you act nice. It doesn't matter what you think of yourself. It's how you act. I wish I could have caught myself before I raised my voice. But she ordered me to the back of the line. Ding, 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 ding. I am not going to put up with that. That's the story. But it ended well. And again, the woman that was doing the door, she was at the entrance and she kind of joked, "Oh, you're back." And I go, "Yeah, I got to eat." So it went fine. But I just wish I could control myself just to not say anything. Just stand there. Let her push me out of the way. Just stand there. Don't even acknowledge, you know, but it happened so quick, you know. It happened quickly. 1 hour, 7 minutes. All the material is done. Who's out streaming today? A lot of birthdays out there. A lot of people trying to raise some money. Let's take a look. Hey, they got the bomber. Isn't that something? They got the guy. That's amazing. They got him. Let's see, watch. Nicholas has a new video. I don't know if they're, let's see, live streaming. Nope. Anybody else? Horology Dungeon. That was streaming when I started. I think they're done. They're done. Upcoming is 11 o'clock at night. It's going to stay up for that. A lot of people can't sleep. I can sleep. I wake up in the night, but I can still get to sleep. But I've already done the laundry. I've done my stream. Now I want to have a cognac. The week is over. Five people watching. 1 hour, 8 minutes. Well, let's go back to let's hear what people. It's the holiday season. You know, you got your tree up. There's my holiday tree. Isn't that pretty? Real cognac? Yeah, it says cognac on the bottle. All brandies, let's see, all cognacs are brandy, but not all brandies are cognac. Well, now tonight, I want to finish the one bottle, so it'll probably be the brandy, but I do have some cognac. I have 2 bottles of cognac. Holiday season, let's see what people got to say. Let's see.
Nobody goes on forever and ever and ever. And I'm not going to go on.
I don't need the money from the fucking super chats. I don't give a fuck about the super chats. From the super chats, from the little $5 here, the $10 there, it doesn't fucking matter. No, I don't need that money.
Then why do people keep trying to give you money? I don't get it.
Like I told you guys, I'm not a friend of Archie's. He's not my friend. Okay, I'm here for entertainment. I pay for it. That's the extent of what it is.
He gets his kicks out of pulling the strings over at the Archie show, but I don't think Archie cares anymore.
Dude, I don't give a fuck anymore. The money's not here. Fuck off.
That's the way. And of course, we've got.
I'm the poor. I'm the poor. I'm the poor. I'm the poor.
You cannot be serious!
Oh, but he is.
I'm the poor. I'm the poor.
And of course, there's Jax.
So it doesn't really matter. I don't give a shit what any of you think. Not one of you fucks.
There you go. No, I did not. I didn't even look for one. I just used a regular glass. Did you find? I could use the whiskey one, but that's probably what I should do. But I like just the open tumbler, the little, so it won't spill, because I did spill the one that I had up on the counter. So the answer to that is, did you find a proper brandy glass? No. I like being improper. I guess I could wrap up this Rubio thing. Get you back to the docs report. Kill some time. Well, let's start it from the very beginning. Full screen. Hit it.
But according to a new report, we may be closer than you think. Journalist Michael Schellenberger published an article today quoting a senior advisor to Secretary of State and National Security Advisor Marco Rubio, who says, quote, "We are headed toward a massive disclosure." Now, just when that might happen, it remains vague, but it does reflect the sentiment of the moment. After several congressional hearings on Capitol Hill and whistleblowers like David Grush speaking out publicly on this show for the first time, it does feel as though we're closer than ever to our government acknowledging allegations that it has some sort of secret program trying to reverse engineer alien spacecraft. That allegation was examined thoroughly in the 1-hour, 50-minute documentary. Rubio was by far the most senior official who went on the record, on camera, demanding answers. And the documentary wasn't the first time that he's voiced his concern about this. He spoke to News Nation in 2023 and said individuals with high clearances to work on this top secret program are too afraid to speak out because they fear retribution.
Some of these people still work in the government, and frankly, a lot of them are very fearful of their jobs, fearful of their clearances, fearful of their career, and some, frankly, are fearful of harm coming to them.
It is not just government employees who are in the know. Rubio believes the U.S. government has handed over these UFOs, these spacecraft that they have found, to private military contractors. He says those contractors know more about these crafts than the U.S. government. National security risk? Sure sounds like it could be. Joining us now is Michael Schellenberger, journalist and founder of Public News. Welcome back to the show, Michael. Always great to have you on. So no less than the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, went on camera in this documentary saying publicly that the U.S. government has recovered alien technology from non-human sources and is currently working to reverse engineer it. That's pretty incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Great to be with you, Elizabeth. It's already a historic moment. I mean, we've never had anybody at Rubio's level. And keep in mind, Rubio is also the National Security Advisor. The last time you had the Secretary of State and the National Security Advisor as the same person was Henry Kissinger between 1973 and 1975. Rubio is, you know, arguably number 3, although the State Department is number 1 in foreign policy after the president. Elizabeth, I think what this all means is that the president needs to address this issue. He needs to speak directly to the American people and explain what's going on here. Mm-hmm. There is conflicting messages. The Defense Department, or sorry, the Department of War has the same line that they've had for years, which is very specific, and they say there's no evidence of extraterrestrials. I asked why they used that word because it wasn't a word I used, and they said, well, they referred me to their report. But look at what you have on the other side. You have not just, you know, you have the president himself, the vice president, the director of national intelligence, the Secretary of State going further than any of them, and agreeing to even participate in this movie.
Yeah.
is itself a major statement. So I think, look, there's conflicting messages. The president, I think, needs finally to address this issue.
And I would put it to people this way. There are one or two things here are true. Either what he is saying is partially true or entirely true, or we have some really smart, educated people with high clearances and very important positions in our government who are crazy and are leading us on a goose chase. One of these two things is true. Either what they're telling us is true, or we've got some people in important positions that are doing this for some reason. So either one is a problem. We got to figure this out. We can't ignore it.
I want to start this out with a fun question, because there are really serious issues involving national security, peace around the globe. I mean, you're at the highest level of discussions, and we're going to get into a lot of the hot spots and success and all that. But I got to ask you, there's a show that's come out. It's called The Age of Disclosure.
Yeah.
Okay, I know everyone probably, right? Everyone asks you about it?
Sure.
It's a new documentary. We had repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities. It's not ours, and presidents operate on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah.
Okay, that is...
So a couple points on it. First of all, I'm not disavowing that. It was an interview that was done almost maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I was in the Senate.
Right.
So it wasn't recent. The second point I would make, I was describing the allegations that people have come forward with. I have people that came forward to us. You know, some of these people were Navy pilots, admirals, generals, whatever, that would come forward and say, that there were programs in the U.S. government that not even presidents were made aware of. So I was describing what people had said to me, not things that I have firsthand knowledge of in that regard. A little bit of selective editing, but it's okay because, you know, you're trying to sell a show there. But the fundamental comments, I haven't seen it, but the clips I've seen and people have shown me are fundamentally true. And that is, there are things, we know this has been documented. There have been things that fly over the airspace, restricted airspace, be it where we're conducting military exercises or the like, and everyone in the government says they're not ours. And so what I worry most about, just me personally, is that some adversary, another country, for example, has developed some asymmetric capability for surveillance or the like that we just are not prepared for. You know, we're looking for missiles and fighter jets, and they're coming at us with drones and balloons. Yeah. Remember, you know, when NORAD turned on the radars and started looking for balloons, all of a sudden they spotted a bunch of balloons flying overhead. 90% of them were innocent, you know, things. A couple of them were Chinese. And so, but we never look for balloons because our radars aren't trained for that. So that really was the point I was trying to drive at. I can't comment on the rest of the documentary. It has, as I said, claims from people that were former admirals, naval fighters, people with high clearances in government. Some of them are pretty spectacular claims. I'm not calling these people liars. I don't have independent knowledge that what they're saying is true. The one observation I had is we had people that did very important jobs in the U.S. government who are saying these things. So we have people with very high jobs in the U.S. government that are either A, liars, B, crazy, or C, telling the truth. And two of those three options are not good.
Those
but
are
I
the
don't know
three
the
options.
answer. I don't know the answer. I don't have any point of, you know, I don't want to call them liars. I just don't have any independent way to verify everything they said.
He doesn't have any independent way to verify. Secretary of State, come on. All right, 1 hour, 20 minutes. Going to spend the next 10 minutes listening.
Dude, I don't give a fuck anymore. The money's not here. Fuck off.
I'm the poor. 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 I'm the poor.
We'll see what happens.
This guy fucking
That's
for
all
real?
I can say.
So it doesn't really matter. I don't give a shit what any of you think. Not one of you fucks.
Ho! Ho! Oh! 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 Nobody goes on forever and ever and ever. And I'm not going to go on.